Good morning, Washington. This is Big Dave, Dave TV here on DCRTV.com. How you doing? It's a rainy kind of a late October day here in Washington. Not all that bad, but you know what the heck? Oh dear, dropping things already. Dropping things. It's the 19th of October, right? Yeah. Okay. Wanted to thank a guy by the name of James in Nanjemoy, Maryland. I hope I pronounced that right. Nanjemoy, for sending me a nice little packet here of some cool memorabilia yesterday. Got it in the mail. It's addressed to Dave Goofball Hughes. I didn't know how he knew my nickname. Dave Goofball. Anyhow, he sent me some really cool stuff. I'll give you a quick look at it. Look at this. A WCXR classic rock refrigerator magnet. Remember WCXR back in the 1980s? Classic rock there on 105.9. So very cool. Thank you, James. Also sent me some a WNAV pamphlet here, your hometown station since 1949. And, you know, basically gives, I guess it's for advertisers and stuff, gives the area of coverage and the formats and various programs on the station. So that's very cool. And a copy of a little picture there of the WNAV van. So very cool there. Got that. What did I do with my magnet? My magnet dropped. Oh, I can't find it there. I lost my magnet. And look at this. Look at this classic bumper snicker. Put that on the old VW there. AM 73 WPIK and FM 106 WXRA. Now that, again, this is the previous format before Classic Rock 105.9. It used to be 105.9 way back in the 70s. Used to be WXRA with country music, and it was also simulcast on WPIK with personalities like the late, great Gary D. So we're going way back when there. So that's cool. A nice cool bumper sticker there. And James also sent me a letter, an envelope there from the old WJZW, another 105.9 format. That was the format on WJZW for most of the 90s up through the most of the 2000s. When did they pull the plug on that? That was a couple years ago, 2007, I think they pulled the plug on that. Put True Oldies on 105.9 for a year or so, and then they flipped it over to the Classic Rock, The Edge, and then it became WMAL FM. A long, colorful history there for 105.9, but that's WJZW. And an envelope for 7:30 a.m. back when it was CNN radio. Not a long-lasting format, WCPT there. On 7:30. 7:30 is now WTNT with a righty talk format. So there we go. Okay. What have I got here? Look at this. What is this? Brian Wilson started out as a Fox 5 reporter. That's cool. Started out when he became a Fox News reporter and anchor. That's even cooler. What's he doing now? I don't know. You know, MAL is just, they're milking their talent for too many commercials. I mean, I like Brian Wilson. I like Brian Wilson a lot. I do like Brian Wilson a lot. But man, he's spending maybe a little too much time pitching ads, you know, on WMAL. You know, it just seems like every other ad break is Brian Wilson selling something. You know, he's the new Chris Core. So somebody sent me an email the other day and said, "Hey, Dave, I want to see the afternoon money demo ratings and the latest ratings, I want to see the afternoon show radio ratings for Washington and the money demo." So I picked up the latest radio ratings, which were the second week of October, and I have delivered on that promise. So here we go. For the person who asked, here are the afternoon radio ratings, 2554, the latest. Okay, WMMJ is 15th. Now that ain't so hot. JFK and Big are tied for 13th. LZL Elzal is 12th. WTEM and PGC and WAMU are tied for 9th. PRS there is tied for 8th. WWDC, DC 101 is 7th. MZQ is 6th. WRQX and Mr. Carson, not Johnny, are 5th place. HUR is 4th. Michael Bay's in there. Wash is 3rd. WIHT Hot 99.5 is 2nd. And, of course, you know, what big surprise, WTOP is 1st. So those are the afternoon show ratings for 2nd week of October 2554 as requested. So there you go. There you go. Now, a lot of controversy lately on WMAL. WMAL used to be on, still is on 6:30 a.m. They moved over to 105.9. What was it? Back on the 19th of September. Okay, middle of September. So we've had 2 little ratings periods with weekly ratings, and what the ratings company does is it breaks out the 2 signals. So we have WMAL FM's ratings and we have WMAL AM's ratings. Okay, they're not combining the 2 signals. WTOP is on 3 signals. Okay, they're on 103.5, 103.9, and 107.7. When we get the ratings for WTOP, we get 1 station. They add them all up and say this is WTOP's ratings, even though it's on 3 signals. Same thing with WTEM, Sports Talker. It's on 94.3, 92.7, and 980 AM. Okay, we get 1 rating for WTEM, ESPN 980. Okay, we're not getting that yet for WMAL. They're still breaking down the ratings as according to AM and FM. And I talked to a radio guru yesterday who tells me that that's not uncommon, that you have to have 3 months of totally simulcast programmings on additional frequencies before ratings firm Arbitron will combine them. So for the next couple of weeks up through December, I would imagine we're going to see WMAL broken down into MAL, AM, and FM. So it's not really going to be comparing it. It's going to be hard to compare the ratings. So I've done a little homework here. I've looked at the 2554 numbers, okay? This is the 2554 money demo, okay? And in that money demo, here's where the rankings were. WMAL FM 105.9 ranked 23rd, okay, with a 1.1 share. And here's how they did in mornings, middays, afternoons, and nights. That's not that great, you know. But MAL doesn't do all that great in the money demo because they tend to skew really old. And 2554, 54 is the cutoff. So anybody over 54, which is a good chunk of WMAL's audience, doesn't get counted in these money demo numbers. So if you're 63 or 128, you don't get counted in WMAL's numbers in this money demo. But it's that demo that advertisers like to look at. So anyhow, in the money demo, that's where WMAL ranked 23rd on the FM. On the AM side, 6:30, they ranked 25th. Mornings, middays, afternoons, and nights in the money demo. So if you add the 2 shares up, a 1.1 share and a 0.9 share, you get a 2.0 share, and that would make the station place 19th in the total money demo numbers, okay? WMAL does a little better in the 12+ numbers, where if you add their demos up, they actually rank 8th place in a 3-way tie with PGC and MZQ, okay? But what 12+ numbers include all those folks who are 90 and 100 that listen to WMAL. So that's a little bit. So we're going to have to do a little bit of a breakdown like this for the next couple of weeks until Arbitron starts combining. But I would have to say I detect a slight, distinct uptick in WMAL's ratings, okay? That's what we can say for now. The FM is bringing some additional audience to WMAL for sure, okay? How that's going to stabilize and where that's going to shake out, that remains to be seen. But for the moment, that's where it stands. All right, folks, that's the big news. Oh, interesting today, a correction in today's Washington Post calling Washington, D.C. a county. Come on, Washington Post. You've been in Washington for how many decades and you don't know whether Washington's a city or a county? County of what? What state is it? The next thing we're going to say, Washington Post is going to apologize for calling D.C. Washington, D.C. a county of Maryland. Man, I don't know. That paper's nuts. All right, folks, that's the big news for today. Dave TV for Wednesday, October 19th, 2011. Have a good one. Cut and print.